Hare Krishna. So we are reading. This is my first class. So if I ever make mistake, yeah, do correct me at any point in time. So we are reading Canto 8, Chapter 9, Sloka number 24 and 9. Yeah, I will not. Devaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Oh my Lord, the all-prevailing personality of Godhead, I offer my respectful obeisances unto you. Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Deving Saraswati Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudirahe. Before reciting the Srimad Bhagavatam to the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is to the personality of Godhead, who is praised with transcendental songs, is established as an irrevocable fact. Om Yanati Mirandasya Nanam Jana Salakaya Chakshurumlitang Yena Tasme Shri Suruve Namaha. I was born in the darkness of ignorance, and my spiritual master opened my eyes to the broad light of knowledge. I offer my respectful obeisances unto him. Yeah. Right.
It's 24. Prabhu, the demon who causes eclipses of the sun and moon, covered himself the dust of the demigod, and thus entered the assembly of the demigods, and drank nectar without being blessed by anyone, even by the supreme authority of God. The moon and the sun, however, because of permanent animosity toward Rahu, understood the situation. Thus Rahu was
The Supreme Personality of Godhead hurried, using his fist, which was sharp like a razor, at once cut off Rahu's head. Rahu's head was severed from his body. The body, being untouched by the nectar, could not survive.
Rahu's head, however, having been touched by the nectar, became immortal. Thus Lord Brahma accepted Rahu's head as one of the planets. Since Rahu is an eternal enemy of the moon and the sun, he always tries to attack them on the nights of the full moon and the dark moon.
The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the best friend and well-wisher of the three worlds. Thus, when the demigods had almost finished drinking the nectar, the Lord, in the presence of all the demons, disclosed his original form.
The place, the time, the cause, the purpose, the activity, and the ambition were all the same for both the demigods and the demons. But the demigods achieved one result and the demons another. Because the demigods are always under the shelter of the dust of the Lord Lotus feet, they could very easily drink the nectar and get its results. The demons, however, not having so shelter at the lotus feet of the Lord, were unable to achieve the result they desired.
In human society, there are various activities performed for the protection of one's wealth and life by one's words, one's mind, and one's actions. But they are all performed for one's personal or extended sense gratification with reference to the body. All these activities are baffled because of being separate from devotional service. But when the same activities are performed for the satisfaction of the Lord, the beneficial results are distributed to everyone. Just as water poured on the root of the tree is distributed throughout the entire tree.
We are reading verse 28. Would anyone like to recite the sloka? I'm not comfortable.
You can do it in Brahma Samhita.
Go.
Evam सुरासुरगणा समदेशकाला
एवं सुरासुरागणसमदेशकाला
हेत्वर्थकर्ममतयोऽपि फले विकल्पा
हेत्वार्थकर्ममतयोऽपि फले विकल्पा
तत्रामृतं सुरगणा
तत्रां सुरगुणफलं फलमजनासु
यत्पादपङ्कजरजश्रयणान्नदैत्या
यत्पादपङ्कजरजसरयननदैत्य.
Should we do it again?
Yeah.
एवं सुरासुरगण समदेशकाला
एवं सुरासुरगणसमादेशकाला
कर्ममतयोऽपि फले विकल्पा
हेत्वार्थकर्मयोऽपि फले विकल्पा
तत्रामृतं सुरगणाफलमञ्जसापु
तत्रामृतं सुरगुणाफलमजनापु यत्पादपङ्कजरजशरणमदैत्य
एवं सुरसुरागणा समादेशकाला
एवं सुरासुरगणदेशकाला
कर्ममतयोऽपि फले विकल्पा
हेत्वार्थकर्ममतयोऽपि फले विकल्पा
तत्रामृतं सुरगणाफलमञ्जसापु
तत्रामितं सुरगुणाफलमञ्जसापु यत्पादपङ्कजराजशरणदैत्य
एवं सुरसुरागणा समदेशकाला
एवं सुरासुरगणा समदेशकाला
अर्थकर्ममतयोऽपि फले विकल्पा
हेत्वार्थकर्मयोऽपि फले विकल्पा
तत्रामृतं सुरगणा फलमर्चसापुर
तत्रामृतं सुरगणाफलमञ्जसापु यत्पादपङ्कजरजशरणनदित्य
एवं सुरसुरागुणा समदेशकाला
एवं सुरासुरगुणसमदेशकाला
हेतवार्थकर्मामत्योऽपि फले विकल्पा
हेत्वार्थकर्ममतयोऽपि फले विकल्पा
तत्रामृतं सुरगणाफलमञ्जसापु
तत्रां सुरगुणाफलमञ्जसापु
यत्पादपङ्कजरजशरणं न दैत्य
यत्पादपङ्कजरजशरणनदैत्य. What to work together? Slowly. Evam, thus, Sura, the demigods, Asura Gana, and the demons, Sama, equal, Desa, place, Kala, time, Hetu, cause, Artha, objective, Karma, activities, Mataya, ambition, Api, although one, Phale, in the result, Vikalpa, not equal, Tatra, thereupon, Amritam, nectar, Shuragana, the demigods, Phalam, the result, Anjasa, easily, totally or directly, Apu, achieve, Yat, because of, Padapankaja, of the lotus feet of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Raja, of the saffron dust, Sharayanat, because of receiving benediction or taking shelter, Na, not, Daitya, the demons. Translation. The place, the time, the cause, the purpose, the activity, and the ambition were all the same for both the demigods and the demons. But the demigods achieved one result and the demons another. because the demigods are always under the shelter of the dust of the Lord's lotus feet. They could very easily drink the nectar and get its result. The demons, however, not having sought shelter at the lotus feet of the Lord, were unable to achieve the result they desired. Perfect.
In Bhagavad Gita 4.11 it said, Ye yata mam prabhajanti tam tataiva bhajami aham. The Supreme Personality of Godhead is the supreme judge who rewards or punishes different persons according to its surrender unto its lotus feet. Therefore, it can actually be seen that all the karmis and bhaktas may work in the same place at the same time, with the same energy, and with the same ambition. They achieve different results. The karmis transmigrate through different bodies, the cycle of birth and death, sometimes going upward and sometimes downward, thus separating the results of their actions in the karma chakra, the cycle of birth and death. The devotees, however, because of fully surrendering at the lotus feet of the Lord, are never backward in their attempts. Although externally they were almost like the karmis, devotees go back home, back to Godhead, and achieve success in every effort. The demons or atheists have faith in their own endeavors, but although they work very hard day and night, they cannot get any more than their destiny. The devotees, however, can surpass the reactions of karma and achieve wonderful results, even without effort. Thank you.
Kinan?
I lost it.
It also says-
It is also said.
Oh, it is also said, Phalena Parichiyate, when success or defeat in any activity is understood by its result. There are many karmis in the dress of devotees, but the Supreme Personality of Godhead can detect their purpose. The karmis want to use the property of the Lord for their selfish sense gratification, but a devotee endeavors to use the Lord's property for God's service. Therefore, a devotee is always distinct from the karmis, although the karmis may dress like devotees. As confirmed in Bhagavad Gita 3.9, Yagnartha Karmano Nyatra Lokoyam Karma Bandhana. One who works for Lord Vishnu is free from this material world. After giving up his body, he goes back home, back to Godhead. A karmi, however, although externally working like a devotee, is entangled in his non-devotional activity, and thus he suffers the tribulations of material existence. Thus, from the results achieved by the karmis and devotees, one can understand the presence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who acts differently for the karmis and jnanis than for the devotees. The author of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita therefore says, Krishna Bhakta Nishkama Ateva Shanta Bhukti Mukti Siddhi Kami Sakali Ashanta. The karmis who desire sense gratification, the jnanis who aspire for the liberation of merging into the existence of the Supreme, and the yogis who seek material success and mystic power are all restless, and ultimately they're all baffled. But the devotee, who does not expect any personal benefit and whose only ambition is to spread the glories of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, is blessed with all the auspicious results of Bhakti Yoga without hard labor.
Srila Prabhupada ki. So if we will go back to translation. So here the scene is Rahu, the demon, enters into the assembly of demigod, disguised as a demigod, and he is not bewildered by the appearance of Mohini Murti. He is very clever, but he gets there within the demigods to get the nectar. So his eternal enemies, like the sun planet and the moon planet, recognize his presence, and they quickly goes to Mohini Murti and tell them that there is Rahu here, disguised as a demigod. Mohini Murti suddenly releases Sudarshan Chakra onto Rahu, but he drank the nectar, and the nectar was still here. So because nectar makes one immortal, Rahu's head survives and his body soon evaporates. But as Rahu's head survives, Brahma accepts Rahu's head as a planet. So that's the scene, starting with a question like, does anyone like to tell us like if they ever come into their life onto like certain personality or someone who at first like they were very attracted to them, like whatever their quality might be, but after knowing them they felt like this person is not to be associated with. So anyone?
So it is said that never meet your superheroes.
Mhm.
And that is something that I also sadly had to go through. So there was someone that I used to look up to from afar because I'm like, oh, they have these qualities. They're amazing people. You know, they're amazing devotees. And I finally met them after long, and I was like, oh my God, I wish I never met them because I realized that they were not the kind of person that they advertised themselves as, and it was kind of disappointing. So never met
Uh,
superheroes.
Only if your superhero is Prabhupada.
Oh yes.
Yeah. So yeah, there is disappointment everywhere. Like in the purport, Prabhupada says that there are karmis who are dressed as devotees. They are working like devotees, but in their heart, they have still material desires and expects and longings. And so Prabhupada here is warning us like whatever you might be doing, like Krishna is there, Super Soul is present in your heart, and he's seeing your actions. So if your actions are not Krishna conscious, like they are all baffled. So here in this verse, we are gonna talk about the benefits of being a devotee, how we can become a devotee, and how we can engage ourselves in Krishna's devotional service. So yeah, there is a devotee. There are two kinds of people here Prabhupada are talking about, karmis and the bhaktas. Can karmis become a bhakta? And can bhakta become a karmi? Right? So what's the difference between them?
The self consciousness.
Exactly. Someone who has Krishna in their heart, like whatever the karma they are doing, if they are doing it for Krishna, and if they are doing for the enjoyment of Krishna, then they become bhakta. And here Prabhupada is saying like many karmis are there in devotional clothes, like they might be chanting Krishna's name, reading, yeah, like you. People might be reading scriptures, but if everything is to gain some material satisfaction, that everything revolves around them, then it's all baffled. That's Krishna is not satisfied in here. So how do you make Krishna satisfied? That's the question. So the thing is like if you do the actions based on like putting Krishna in the center and taking out yourself from the equation, that's how you become Krishna consciousness. Like you make the world your world revolve around Krishna and not the other way around. But Krishna's material energy is so strong, it gets really difficult. Like how can we accept this, escape this material energy, like three modes of nature? It's very strong. So we love this material energy, the illusionary energy Maya so much, but that Maya loves Krishna. But Krishna is longing for us. So we are stuck in a love triangle here. You see? So we have to accept that, like escape from that love triangle. We have to detach from Maya and attach ourselves to Krishna. And how do we do that? By performing 9 stages of devotional service. And what are those?
Shravanam, Kirtanam,
Vishnu, Smaranam, Atmani Vedanam. So the first is Shravanam. So why first? Shravanam is first, right? So it's the most important. So hearing Bhagavatam is the most important devotional service that we can do for Krishna. Now, Himanshu Prabhu here would say that, okay, if hearing Bhagavatam is most important, then I don't want to wake up in the Mangala Aarti. I'll just wake up at 8 o'clock and come in Bhagavatam, right? 7 o'clock, and then, okay. So, but from hearing is how you develop love for Krishna. And when you come to Bhagavatam, like you get to know Krishna, you listen about him, and that's when you realize, like, okay, if hearing about him is that important, that I do want to see Krishna, then you wake up, you want to come in 7 a.m. Shringa Arati. So when you come to Shringa Arati and when you do Guru Puja, you realize, like, oh, this is so sweet. Like the devotees are so sweet. They sing so nicely. I wanna associate with them. I wanna do what they are doing. And then you slowly, get into kirtan and get into chanting. And then you realize, oh, I have to wake up like early in the morning and chant my rounds. Because that's how I detach myself from the Maya. There are many things there, right? So one thing leads to another. So 9 stages. First is Smaranam. And can any one of you can give an example of someone who through Smaranam, Shravanam. Yes, please. Parikshit Maharaj. He had only 7 days left to his life, and what he did, he went to Sukadev Goswami. He did Shravanam constantly for 7 days and nights, and that's how he attained liberation. Anyone else? Prahlad Maharaj, from right in the womb. Like, can you imagine someone born in a demon lineage as a devotee? Like, as a kid, if we are very mischievous, our mother would, like, out of frustration, would say, "Oh, what a demoniac child I have given birth to." But same thing, like Hiranyakashipu would say, "What kind of Krishna Bhakta I have given birth to?" Right? He was so frustrated, Prahlad Maharaj. He tried to give him all sorts of suffering to make Prahlad Maharaj forget all the Krishna name, his Krishna Bhakti, but he couldn't do it because Prahlad Maharaj was so devoted to Lord that he just stuck with his sadhana, and that's how Lord protected him. So that's one thing that Shravanam can make you a devotee. Second would be chanting the glories. Yes, please. Sukdev Goswami. Haridas Thakur. Yeah, like Rupa Goswami. Like they're very great. Yes, Prabhupada. There are so many great sages out there. Like through those whose example we can, gain some knowledge about how we can perfect our bhakti through chanting. And Prabhupada himself, like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, like, what did he say? Harinama, Harinama, Harinama eva kevalam, kalau nasteva, nasteva, nasteva eva gatyadhyata. The only way in this age of Kali to get liberation is by chanting the holy name. And it is the only way. So, but how do we chant the holy name? Like, what's in our mind when we chant the holy name? Would anyone like to share?
It's not the body or throat who chants or kind of do the prayers and all. It's the soul that surrenders to Krishna. So the desire to know about Krishna, to love him with that intention.
Exactly. We are trying to attract Krishna's love. Like we are trying to get some mercy. But why would Karmi chant Krishna's name? Money, right? Like I want something in return. There is always something in expectation. Like if they are doing any ritual activities, they are trying to get something in return. So that's a karmi mind. But what a devotee would want, they want Krishna's love, and they want to chant Krishna's name, not to get something in return, but to gain Krishna's love. And he's so desperate. Like as Sachinandan Maharaj would say in his lecture, that we want to chant with so much devotion. We want to cry for Krishna that I'm such a fallen conditioned soul that I cannot chant my rounds perfectly, but I'm trying my best. And whatever I'm trying, please try to accept it and give me your mercy and give me your shelter. Take control of my senses and just give me liberation like that. But if you cannot give me liberation, give me your love, give me the ability to love you, the bhakti of yours. That's how we chant. We are trying to please Krishna by chanting, but not try to gain something from out of it. So that's our motivation here. Like whenever we are trying to chant in the morning, it's not for ourselves, but something to please Krishna. What would be the third? Remembering the Lord. How do we do that? Like, we always talk about Him. We are discussing His pastime. We laugh about how mysterious and mischievous He was.
Is.
He is actually, yes, yes. And the fourth will be the serving the Lord's feet. And how do we do that? Yes, please.
Lakshmi.
No, it will. How do we serve Lord's feet? Yes.
Daily worship?
Sorry.
Daily worship?
Daily worship. Yes.
By serving the devotees?
By serving the devotees. Exactly. Like how do we serve the devotees? We help them in services. We by serving gurus, by by following his instructions. Yes, please. By yeah, Bapu Seva, like helping him massage, helping him in any kind of physical activity, in his projects and stuff. So by serving Lord's devotee, does Lord gets happy? He gets happy. Why does he get happy? Because devotees are there in Krishna's heart, and Krishna is there in devotees' heart. So if you want to please Krishna, you please Krishna's devotees, das anudas, right? You become das of das of das of das. Fifth is worshipping the deity, vandanam. So that's pretty easy. Six is offering obeisances unto the Lord. How many times do we offer obeisances? Like in a day, maybe
4 times at least.
4 times a day, right? So what's the importance of obeisances?
The dust of lotus feet to get.
Yeah.
We are surrendering unto the Lord that I am yours.
Yes, we are trying to tell Lord. Yes, bro.
We are surrendering our mind, heart, and body to the Lord.
Exactly. We are telling them like I'm nothing but this body, and this body is similar to the dust on this material world. I am nothing. Like you don't hold pride in yourself when you are surrendering. Everything is going down with you. Like you're going actually appearing as down to earth, right? So that's obeisance is acting as the Lord's servant. So yeah, helping in Sunday feast, helping distributing books, making friends with the Lord. Any example of that? Arjun. Yes, Prabhu.
I had Arjun in my mind, but
Making friends?
Mm-hmm.
All the Gopas and
Yeah. Sudama was there, right? How did he make friends with Krishna? Did he wanted anything in return? Right? He went, like he was going through so much trouble, and he was going through finances problems and stuff. So his wife pushes him to go meet Krishna, Dwarka, the richest, like the king is Krishna is king of Dwarka, right? So the wife tells him like, go to Krishna, ask for some mercy, ask for some finance. He's your friend, you should go. Sudama goes, but he could not ask anything in return because his friendship was not like that. So that should be our motivation. Our motivation is not here to get something in return. When we are doing devotional service, it should not be like that. Like, okay, if I'm doing this, I'll get the praise. I'm gonna get this material satisfaction, this enjoyment. That's not there. It should not be there. We are performing devotional service. We are making friends with Krishna purely out of love for him. That's the goal. And 9, surrendering oneself fully to the Lord. Yes, Prabhu. Bali Maharaj. Who else? Hanuman. Anyone else? Yes. Arjuna. Yes. What's he saying in 2.7? Pata swabhava prachami tvam dharma samurachetaha Yashreyasmin nishchitam rohitan me Sishyasteham sadhimam tvam prapanna. He's praying to Krishna that I have lost my sense of duty. I'm not sure what to do here. I'm surrendering onto you. I'm becoming your disciple now. Please instruct me. So that's how we want to pray to Krishna. Like I'm now that you have sent me here in this material world, but I'm trying to get back to you, or maybe try to love you, if not get back to you. So please, I'm like surrendering onto you. You instruct me in whatever way possible. So that's our mood here. Yes, Mother Kunti, Draupadi,
Gajendra.
Gajendra. Who else?
Lord Brahma,
All right.
Which Brahma?
after giving benediction to Hiranyakashipu, he literally
So
Dhruv Maharaj.
Dhruv Maharaj, yes. So here in the scene,
Prahlad Maharaj.
Prahlad Maharaj, yes. Indra is being cursed by Durvasa Muni here, and because of that, he is losing his power. And Bali Maharaj, takes advantage and throws a war on him. But what does Indra do? What does Indra does here in this situation? He's
goes to Brahma.
Yes, he goes to Brahma, but Brahma takes them to Lord Vishnu. Then all the demigods take shelter of Lord Vishnu here, and out of that, like Lord Vishnu gives them guidance, like um, there is you guys can do the churning of the ocean, and out of that, like various kind of benediction will come out, and one is the nectar, and drinking that nectar of immortality you will gain your powers back. So for that, but the demigods cannot do that alone, so they take help of demons, right? So there is a good side and there is a bad side. How many of you would agree there is a good quality about yourself and a bad quality about yourself, right? So everyone has a good quality and a bad quality, but how do we survive with this? How do we balance the both of these? So we surrender to Krishna, saying with whatever good quality we have, we try to surrender to Krishna, and we fight our bad side. Like our bad side is attracted to the three modes of nature so badly that sometimes we fall down, if not many times. So we surrender to Krishna, like please, I'm trying my best. Please give me strength to fight this material energy. So that can be that's how we can view this, the churning of the ocean, like the good side and the bad side coming together to get something out of it. And when they get the nectar, the bad side, the demons quickly snatches away the nectar. So here again, the demigods are surrendering to Krishna, like please do something. They're running away. So he appears as Mohini Murti. And what's the role of Mohini Murti here?
Do.
Demons, right? So through attraction. So if you have more of bad qualities, you're gonna get attracted by the bad things in the world. So it's our goal to practice goodness in ourselves. Yes, Prabhu.
I mean, Mohini Murti was Krishna himself,
Mhm.
and the way it was mentioned yesterday, Lord Shiva himself, he could not control what to speak of demigods and
Exactly.
human beings like this. So I feel like they were very naive as well.
Mhm.
They got deceived easily.
Exactly. So
Anyone can get bewildered by Mohini.
yeah, it's very dominant there, like the illusionary energy. Like you can fall down like that even if you're practicing devotional service for a extended period of time now. So these are the 9 stages of bhakti. By performing that, one can like strengthen the sadhana and strengthen themselves, and that's how we can protect ourselves. So yeah, demons here are got their hands on the nectar, and the demigods are surrendering to Krishna. So that's how we know, like, when there is a problem, we want to surrender to Krishna. So yeah, so staying away from the false things in life, like, I don't know, if you are performing devotional service, there might be different motives, different goals here of an individual. Like someone wanna gain some name, fame, glory, but a pure devotee would do it out of except like just for pure love. Like he wants to please Lord and he wants to serve the devotees of Lord. So that's how devotee is. Like talking about benefits of being a devotee, like any example of being a benefit of a devotee, benefit of a Lord, like being a devotee of a Lord. Prasadam. Yes, Prabhu.
Uh, so protection, you get ultimate protection.
Exactly.
Prahlad Maharaj, like
Um,
who would imagine that a Lord can appear from pillar?
Pillar.
I mean, pillar.
Yeah.
He appeared from a pillar for his devotee, just to protect him.
Yes.
And it's also said that Bhagavad Gita. I don't remember the shlok number, but that um, those who perform devotional service, I carry what they lack and I preserve what they have. So
That's 922.
922, yes. So that is very powerful, and whatever devotional service you do, it will never perish. Like
Exactly.
you
That's.
will continue from your next life.
Mhm.
If you don't get the perfection, you will continue. So there's no loss if you perform devotional service.
That's what Prabhupada is talking here, right? Like the karmis, their activities will get baffled, but the devotees, they will go back to Lord based on their surrender. That is. So yeah,
Vishaka stated that eternal service, eternal identity, and eternal hope.
exactly. There is, yeah. You go back to Krishna like for eternity. Like who wants to? You get like free from the cycle of birth and death. Like why do you want to come here again? Like why do you want to go through miseries? So yes, by being a devotee, by performing pure devotional service, you can go back to Krishna. That's what Prabhupada is talking about. Like there is karmis and there is bhaktas. So karmis are like always entangled in Maya. They are always, aiming for something in their life. Their aim is to get more and more wealth. And let's take an example. If someone is going to work, like what's their goal there? Money, right? Like they want to climb the ladders in their farm. They want to gain position. They want to earn more money, and out of that money they want to enjoy this material life, not knowing that this is all temporary. Only permanent thing is devotional service and Krishna. So what does a devotee do? Yes.
Devotees also go to work.
Exactly. But what's yes.
He was so scared of fighting with his own family members, relatives, and he was like, what would I get in return? They are the ones who gave me education and all the love that I needed.
Mm-hmm.
I should better go in the forest and follow the asceticism and do some sadhana and all.
Mhm.
Krishna says like, even if you go there, your nature is Kshatriya,
Yeah.
and in your mind, fighting the battle for the justice would be there. Right now, just because of the circumstances or attack of the Maya, you are doing it. The same thing as per your nature, when you do your karma, but when you don't think about the results, when you surrender the results in God's hands,
Mm-hmm.
to please Krishna, to
Exactly.
do your karma as a matter of duty,
Yeah.
without being attached with the results.
Exactly.
That's the way you please Krishna.
Krishna,
That's
yes.
the kind of renunciation that Krishna defined in Bhagavad Gita.
Exactly. We do want to work, like finances is the requirement to exist in this material world. You cannot exist without money, but you're earning not to get entangled in this material world more and more, but to sustain yourself, and you don't require much to sustain yourself. That's the idea here. So Bhaktas do go for work, then, but through their earning, they support this movement. They invest some percentage of their money in donations and distributing books and stuff. So the grihasthas, on the other hand, like they're setting up home programs. They are inviting other devotees together and chant the holy name of Krishna. They are trying to spread this Krishna consciousness onto the next generation. Giving Prabhupada little warriors, little kids who will grow and eventually become devotees. So that's how you that's how you go through your material life. Performing more devotional service and turning everything back to Krishna. That's the goal here. And yes.
So in the purport, it says that although karmis and bhaktas, they work in the same place at the same time with the same energy and same ambition, they achieve different results.
Exactly.
And that was very nice because obviously we have to go to work and we're not perfect. We still might have some kind of ambitions to achieve some kind of position, but all we have to do is surrender. And that reminded me of a verse from Bhagavad Gita. I'm not going to say. It's 8:28. It also says the same thing, that a person who accepts the path of devotional service is not bereft of the results, deprived from studying the Vedas, performing sacrifices, undergoing austerities, giving charity, pursuing philosophical and fruitive activities. So we can do all of that. We're not bereft of those results.
Yes.
Simply by performing devotional service, he attains all of these, and at the end he reaches back to the supreme abode.
Exactly.
So that's very nice.
Thank you. That was really nice. So
Drive for Krishna, work to donate for Krishna,
mhm,
dance for Krishna,
mhm,
raise money for Krishna, test for Krishna so we can perform services with more energy the next day.
mhm.
Cry for Krishna, laugh for Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Everywhere Krishna. The goal is never forget Krishna, always remember Krishna. So Krishna is the center of our existence. So whatever we have is gift of Krishna, and whatever we are doing with that gift is our gift back to Krishna. So yeah, this is how it works. This is how devotee works, and that's how a devotee benefit, like gaining more mercy from Krishna, getting liberation from here, going back to Goloka, aside of him. So so in the battle of Gajendra and the crocodile, what's the crocodile name? Sorry, I forgot. Whatever it might be. So crocodile and Gajendra, they are fighting for like thousands and thousands of years, right? And Gajendra is finally, out of agony, out of pain. He's finally realizing his prayers that he wrote when he was in his previous birth as King Indradumya. And he is reciting those prayers, and he is calling Krishna out of pain, out of misery. Please take me back. This is too much now. So Krishna comes in form of Hari, and he released Sudarshan Chakra, and he kills the crocodile. So he takes Gajendra out of his misery, but Gajendra here is complaining to Krishna, like, I called you and you are giving liberation first to the crocodile. Like, this is not fair. So Krishna says, so what should I have done? He was holding on to your legs so tightly. I had to give him liberation. So what do we take out of here? Like, yes.
Hold on to the lotus feet of devotees.
Exactly. So Prabhupada has given this beautiful moment. He has made it so simple, like four regulatory principles, and just chant Hare Krishna. So what we do, we hold on tight to his dhoti, we hold on tight to his lotus feet, and we fall on his lotus feet, and we chant with all our heart, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. With that, I would like to conclude. If there is any mistake, Any addition, any correction? Yes.
Question. The nectar was to give them strength so that nobody can defeat them in the war.
Yes.
But here Rahu becomes immortal, despite being, separated his neck from his body. Still, he is alive, and I don't know. He's been alive for a very long time, and in the future, he's gonna bother a lot of people, right? Why he became immortal and why not the demigods? Why do they keep on changing, but he remains?
So I think that's the power. That's the power of nectar here. Like everyone is soon to be perished, but the time period is different for everyone. Like I'm not sure if I'm giving a correct answer. Like, but if anyone would like to add something.
I think it's a position.
Rahu, but one Rahu did a mistake. Rahu is a position.
Like sun god is a position, moon god is a position,
Indra is a
Indra
position.
position, Agni Dev is a position.
Because of one Rahu's mistake, it happened.
No, then
The
the
body
next
splitting
person
together.
will have similar tendencies as the older Rahu. So, let's suppose you did some pious activities which equals to Brahma's austerities. So then you get a birth of Brahma.
Because in demigods, I guess Prahlad Maharaj is same, Bali Maharaj is same. Bali Maharaj is not a position.
I think, yeah, because even with Prahlad Maharaj, the abode is only there for about 60,000 celestial years or something like that, or 360,000 celestial years. So then it changes to, it's just longer than the heavenly planet.
I think she's right. So it's not like they were immortal like the Lord Himself and the residents of Vaikuntha. I think they just gained. They were free from birth, disease. Death. What? Old age, disease, and death. Old age, disease, and death until the end of the cosmic year. Creation. Like that particular creation. So when everything ended, they also will have to.
In that
Yeah.
case, everyone
Yes.
has to.
And yeah, yes.
So, she's right.
The question was different.
That's all. Anyone else?
I had a question, but now I'm not able to think. Is it a Prabhu's question? No. Okay, I'll ask you later maybe. Anyone else has any questions? Any
No
questions?
question, but it just feels like Krishna is like a contract killer. Devotee worship, he just comes and kills the person. Like for example, Prahlad Maharaj, he came and he killed the
Yeah.
Gajendra, he came and he killed the other person. Draupadi called and he came and he did the Mahaprabhu, he killed everyone. It's just like a contract killer, he just kills them.
Like that's the benefit of being a devotee. Like Krishna is always there to protect you. It only depends like how much you are surrendering onto Krishna.
The very first demons were also created by him. Even Hiranyakashipu.
Yeah, they believe that he in Kali Yuga is not taking up Sudarshan. He would have killed all of us.
You had a very nice point that although Gajendra asked for help, but crocodile got liberation first. So that's the benefit of being with a devotee. No matter how you are, like if you are even not holding on to their legs, even you're biting their legs, then also
You get liberation.
He asked for crocodile's name.
Shakti saying crocodile was Prabhu.
Yes.
He was King Who in his previous life. He was Gajendra in his previous life. King Who was crocodile in his previous life. Yeah. All right. Ancha.